All right, guys, welcome back. We're getting into another week. Actually, we're what is it? Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We're right before the right before the NBA playoffs about to start. I got Broski back on. Finally, have to freaking like look high and low and search, and
yeah, man.
we gotta get our schedules and all this stuff. So we got a little bit of time here. How's it going up there, man? How's Bakersfield treating you?
It's Bakersfield, man. It's Bakersfield. I love to hate it.
Right. What is it? Wait, what do you call it again? It's the what's the fucking the saying, the fucking their tagline?
The tagline here is like, come on vacation, leave on probation. So I didn't want to leave on vacation. I mean on probation, so I just stay here.
Stayed on vacation.
Yeah, I just stayed on vacation, man. Because I don't want to leave on probation. I don't want a tattoo on my face. So
yeah. Oh man.
So I'm cool.
Bakersfield, home of corn.
Yes.
Home of corn. Fucking. I know there's a few other people from out there.
It's actually a big country community up here, man. Like not Roy Clark, but Buck Owens and stuff like that. They're from here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of oil back in the day.
It's still a big oil town now.
Still oil too. Yeah.
Yeah. All
right, so we're gonna get into the NBA playoff brackets. I got it pulled up here, and Kim doesn't have it, but you want me to just tell you which ones are what?
Yeah. And we'll just start from one and
okay, we'll start with the West. We'll just start with the West. No, actually, we'll start with the East. Let's start with the East since we're on the West Coast. We'll start with the East.
Yeah.
Do it up Can You style. Whatever. All right, so we got in the. We're gonna start with the Bucks playing Detroit Pistons. And
okay.
I'll just have to let that go. Damn it. All right, sorry, man. Somebody was trying to call me. I'm good though. Hello?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. All right, so the Bucks and the Detroit Pistons. Then we got Boston and the Pacers. Then we got Philadelphia and Brooklyn.
Yes.
The Nets. Got the Sixers and Nets. We got Toronto and Orlando. Orlando made it in. They made it in.
I can't believe it.
But they weren't even 8. They were 7, man. Detroit was on the 8. But they were pretty close. 40. Both of them were within a game. 41-40 Orlando, and Detroit had a 40-41 record.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's that. See,
man. But see, that's the thing right there. They didn't give up, man. They didn't do the tank.
No, they kept pushing. Even though they just lost a lot of games, they was like, damn, you guys losing a lot of games, but then they finally they squeaked in. That's good. That's good.
Brooklyn was the same, 41-40, but they got the 6. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, right there, those 3, and then the rest, it's, whatever, 60 games Milwaukee won. Wow. They got the most out of everybody. All right.
Yes.
So, start with Milwaukee and Detroit. What do you think? Or what's your thoughts on that?
Milwaukee, I think it's going to be. I thought, early on, I thought they would, Detroit would be that team, but I don't know, man. I think that's going to be a wipe. I think that's going to be a 4-game series. I don't think it's going to go long.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's going to be like a sweep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So calling it for Milwaukee. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to really disagree too much because I haven't seen Detroit play enough, but to squeak in at the 8 seed and really, they haven't made that much noise in a way.
You never know, dude. You never know.
Yeah, they have a toughness about them though. They have nothing. They definitely, they're in the perfect position to go in there. You have nothing to lose. Be in that attitude. Be loose. Play crazy, so to speak, I would say but Milwaukee's going to be able to deal with anything. They're tough. They're just tough. They just have they're the first to me in a while, like a tough East Coast team, or even though they're not East Coast, but they're in the Eastern Conference, but they got more of a toughness factor. I feel like,
Yes.
maybe that's
Yes.
because of the height and the length, but I mean, the bit I've seen, they really, they're not just playing for shooting. They're going after the ball, everything. I love it. They got a hustle about them. You know?
So they may do it, man. You shut down the Greek Freak, you might be able to beat them down.
Yeah, well, I think that Detroit's going to probably have to they're going to have to scrap and fight for that shit really hard.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to.
But, there's injuries on Milwaukee, so.
That's what I'm saying, man. You never know.
Yeah, it's kind of open. I mean, the thing that's beautiful in the East, for real, it's wide open, really. Nobody's actually got, none of these teams.
Super dominant. No,
nobody's done it because LeBron. Yeah, LeBron for all those years, or whoever else, but it's wide open right now. So anybody can, could go ahead and take that crown or do something.
Yeah.
But we know it starts getting predictable after a little while.
We thought it would be Boston, but we see they're the team to watch out for.
They're still going to be tough, yeah.
Yeah, they might get pushed out.
Well, moving on, we're going to go right into that Boston and Indiana Pacers. Records are very close.
That's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Go straight in. The fight is going to be a fight. That might go the full thing because of Boston. But Boston might go crazy. They might go old Boston like they were last year.
Yeah.
Without Kyrie,
Sure. So what do you think these are all 5 games to start with, right?
I think Boston's going to win it.
These are 5-game series, no? To start with?
I think so. I think the first and then after that is 7.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I definitely think that. Yeah, I still think Boston's going to fight through that one. I think
it's going to be a fight, but I think it's going to be a quick fight, though.
I feel like it's going to go. I feel like it goes a distance. I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be it could be the best. It could end up being one of the best series, perhaps out of it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll
see.
Or maybe not the best, but at least tight.
But I think I'm not pulling for Boston, but yeah, I think Boston's going to win that series.
So you're going to say take them out in 3?
No, it'll probably be the full series, like you said. It might be a 5 game. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is Indiana's going to probably shock you the first 2 games, and Boston's going to go crazy, something like that.
Okay. Let's see what happens. All right, so we're moving on to Philadelphia and Brooklyn.
Okay, next.
I just said Philadelphia and Brooklyn.
Oh, Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Philly's gonna take that. Even though I think Brooklyn's gonna fight, man. I think because Brooklyn's got a scrappy team, man. So they might.
I'm calling an upset. I'm calling Brooklyn for the upset on that one.
Okay. I still think Philly gonna pull it out. That one might go 3-1, something like that.
Right.
I think Brooklyn's gonna be scrappy, but I don't think they got enough firepower.
Well, we'll see what happens because what's his name? We'll see if Russell starts going off.
Who was that?
What's his name? He was on the Lakers.
Oh yeah. God damn, I can't think of his name.
It's Russell. It's not. Isn't it? He's a Russell too, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. Like I said, right now we're just trying to get wins and losses.
I know, but this is ridiculous. Right, hold on, let me get this guy's name because that's not cool. D'Angelo Russell. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And Spence and Dinwiddie. So I know Philly's got more going on, but I just like Brooklyn this year, so I'm pulling for them.
It's okay for. Only thing I think for Philly that everybody keeps crying about is Ben Simmons. I think he's gonna wake up. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna be your star of this.
Hey man, this is the time for all this stuff. That's what's so interesting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All the that's what I like. We could say opposite, and actually you could kind of see it for some of these games. You know what I mean? It's not like. Nothing's really clear because it's kind of it's so fresh. All these guys are still young. They're still kind of inexperienced,
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I know. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at my bracket now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, I think
so far it's about what you were going with, right?
Yeah, I'm still going Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm still going Philadelphia.
All right.
And then Toronto and Orlando. Like I said, Orlando being in, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked. Toronto, I think that's going to be a blowout. I think that's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, Toronto's got it. Toronto's got it.
I don't see them.
They really have to. They have to do it. It would be a disgrace if they had any. Well,
any other way.
Yeah, pretty much any other way. I mean, they can, have a loss or whatever, but they can't have it where it's like, wow, you guys had a fight for that. Oh man,
Really.
But I mean, if Magic are playing like that, then hey,
man,
it's got to be where you're like at least, if they're coming with it as a fan of the Raptors, then you're gonna be like, well, they're playing their ass off. All right.
Yeah.
But you got to still win that shit because it's ridiculous.
You got to pull that shit out, dude. You got to pull that shit out.
They really have. They almost have the most pressure out of all the teams to me.
Yes.
Milwaukee's kind of got the new pressure, but they're it's all good. Everybody's actually kind of rooting for them to get deep. They don't want them not to.
Everybody think.
They want to see what this guy's. What this if this is for real or not. They want to see him.
I think Milwaukee's gonna have a great chance of just going all the fucking way.
Oh yeah. They have to for their record and everything. It's like, come on, man.
Detroit may go in there and be like, fuck that shit. You want fuck, shut this motherfucker down. Game over, dude. Game over. And they out of it. That'll fuck up my whole bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, it would do it for a lot of people. But the thing is, then does Detroit then just have a massive party and forget they're still playing?
Oh, it skipped out. Okay, I'm sorry.
Huh?
No, it went out for a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh, I could hear you.
Okay.
Oh no, I was just saying, what if Detroit does that, and then do you think they'll party and then just forget about what they're doing?
Man, you know what? If Detroit does that, I pick Detroit to go all the way.
I know, right?
If they do that, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm changing my.
Oh, it definitely would make a whole. It would definitely make some noise, man. That would just be like. That would be like that'd be like crazy shit.
They may not do shit after that. They may get this blue out of the next series, but I don't give a fuck.
They would definitely be the 2019 version of the Warriors right there.
Man, there you go. And that shit can happen. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody wants. Yeah, man.
Yeah, teams can just come in with.
Oh, here we go. So speaking of it did happen, man. We got our wish. The first round of the Western Conference, we got the Golden State Warriors and the LA fucking Clippers, bitch.
That could be it, dude.
That could be it.
And they already. I watched the game early on where they just gave them fits. I was like, oh my god. The Clipper teams are a bunch of, like, pretty much nobody. A few names sprinkled here and there.
Yeah, and they got a decent record. They got a decent record.
Man, and they don't match up well with Golden State.
Right.
They scrappy. Well, Golden State don't like scrappy.
Yeah.
Golden State like nigga to fold over.
And and it seems like they could shoot, as far as I could tell. I think they got some, pretty high scores.
They scrappy, dude. That to me. I mean, if you can come in and if they can do that, if the Clippers do that shit, dude, I swear to God, next season, I'm going to get me some Clipper tickets. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Even if I don't go to the game, I'll get me some Clipper tickets.
You'll definitely start seeing, some people step up in LA that maybe they weren't even a Laker. You're going to see some people start jumping on.
It's just like the 49er fans, dude. I don't give a fuck if the Raiders win the Super Bowl. So 49er fans they're just crazy with it. And they're going to be the same thing with Laker fans. But you have a lot of motherfuckers, not so much converting, but having that dual shit,
Well, it's one of those things. It would be one of those things. The deeper they would go, you get bigger. But you have hardcore Laker fans that just won't. They ain't gonna fucking root for their ass.
I don't give a dude. I don't give a fuck if they beat Golden State in the first round.
It would make. I know it would be. This is different. This is different though. This would be different. That I will say. This is one of the like as a organization, especially in the moment of having the Lakers do what they did and Magic now quit on this whole thing or whatever, and then they beat Golden State. That definitely can shake things up. I don't see how it couldn't.
I know Doc's job would be cemented.
And especially
Doc go nowhere.
It's
Doc go for shit.
It's a team right now. I haven't talked. It's not like I'm out there in the field or whatever, but you don't get like. I think people want to like them a bit. They're like, damn, these. This isn't like. There's not the Blake. There's not these personalities. So. People aren't, people are, it's kind of hard to hate them, even if you don't like the Clippers for whatever reason over the years. Like if you just look at this team or say, you got to go, damn, that's a fucking, that's who we should have on the Lakers,
Yep. Scrappy guys, man. Okay, yeah. Let's go on forward. Go forward.
Yeah, let's move forward. So we got Portland and Utah.
You know what, dude?
That's Utah.
I took Utah because I don't know. I think Portland is just that team that's like,
Well, I can never really. The problem is Portland I could trust just as much as the Clippers to some degree when it comes to the playoffs. I've been following them since 90s, and when they've had all these different fantastic teams, and they're not trustworthy.
It was always that guardian at the gate at the time. It was always like, "Damn, you can't get that."
Oh yeah, now that team definitely, a team like that now would be a lot different. They would do fantastic, but
I'm out.
But they would still probably end up like falling down at the end. They just have this way about them. I don't know.
I'm out of love with the Blazers, dude.
They're just they have to prove it. If they come in guns blazing and they just take care of Utah, I'm like, okay, Portland, there you go.
Oh man, if it's a sweep, I'm like, okay, I'm on the bandwagon. Now, I mean, I'm not on the bandwagon.
I'm not on the bandwagon, but I'll be like, oh shit.
You guys are still like, you're still shaky. But if you guys take care of Utah, cool.
Now those
okay.
So those two different teams they're going to go through. They would go into the next bracket. Whoever wins out of those.
Yes.
All right.
I go Utah. So I got Utah versus Golden State, and that's next series.
Okay.
Nice.
That's not bad. I'm going with. Yeah, we're pretty much on the same page as far as calling it, but we want the Clippers.
Of course, dude. Like I said, that would be my fucking I shook up the world moment. That would be it.
Oh
that's it. I did it.
Let's go into Houston. Houston and
Houston and the Spurs.
Okay, yeah. No. No. It's OKC.
OKC and Denver, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Denver and a lot.
No. It's Houston and OKC.
It is?
This is from the NBA, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Denver and OKC. Wow, my bracket's all fucked up then.
Must have just been a last minute win or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so it's Houston.
Maybe. Well, there's still 3 days, and I think there is. So.
Okay. The only thing that changes is the names of the team.
Hold
because
on.
Either way, it's going to be Denver and Houston in the next round. I don't give a fuck who's playing who.
Well, let's see what's going on here. Hold on, guy.
But I'm just saying that's my picks. Even though it's been a switch because they did have a last few games in the season. So
okay,
final. A little interruption. I did mine last night, and they did have what? A lot of people were done. A lot of teams were done.
Yeah, there's games today, man.
That's what I'm saying. We got all the way until fucking Saturday.
Wow, we're so there. Yeah, today's the day. So really, we should be talking about this tomorrow, man.
No, we're doing it now. Well, this is our predictions for now. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter. We're shifted around or whatever. It still doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the shift because either way, the first round is always those teams right there at the first round, right?
Yeah,
the second round is what my second. It doesn't matter because we just got to get to the finals. I'm going all the way to the finals.
Yeah, but we're not doing all that right now. We're about to.
I'm doing it right now. That's what I'm saying. That's why I did the bracket. You're doing all the way to the finals right now. You just want to do the first round. You want to do the first round right now, and that's it.
Oh yeah, because That's all. Yeah, just because we're gonna go.
Fine, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. God dang it, man. Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
I got off where I was. I was just trying to make sure the games.
The teams was playing who, so you can talk about those particular teams. But like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Denver is playing.
Well, yeah, when you go all the way, for sure, it doesn't matter. But
I'm saying it doesn't matter. Like in the first round, it doesn't matter who's playing who. Whoever I know, I'm telling you, who's going next. Who's going to advance. And I'm telling you, between the 4 teams that's getting ready to play, Denver, OKC, Houston, and San Antonio, Denver and Houston are going to advance.
Yeah. Denver and Houston. Okay. So you're going Denver, Houston, OKC, Spurs. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to look myself just to see, because I didn't, I'm doing this on the fly, basically.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. We should be doing it tomorrow, but wouldn't it be awesome that?
No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to get rid of this at all. We're just going to go.
I mean, we do it like this now.
Yeah.
And then we look tomorrow and go, oh shit. That's how it turned out. It's like we said and shit,
I'm going Spurs and Houston.
You think it's gonna be those 2 teams? Now, that would be awesome back in the day.
Yeah, I'm just giving. I got an edge for Popovich.
I do too. But I don't think in the first round either one. San Antonio versus Houston. I think they're gonna get beat up by Houston. San Antonio against OKC, they're gonna get ran in the fucking ground at OKC. Mm-hmm. Denver can beat the rest of these teams with their eyes closed. So I'm thinking I'll pick Denver and Houston.
Well, they could all switch up, I guess. But,
it could.
But I could see. I guess we don't know. That's the problem. See, we're saying, it doesn't matter, but in a way, it kind of does because
it does.
What I'm saying could just happen in the first round. No, that can't happen. It would be. What would be this? No, I guess it can. That's so crazy. So yeah, any of what we're saying is who's going to the next round to play each other might, what I mean? They might play each other in the first round, so that's where it's weird on that, That's crazy. All right, well, we'll see what happens, man. Going into the next.
But we'll stop right there because that way I can I don't want to.
I just wanted to get it started.
Who's playing who? Like you said, it's going to shift. It might shift to
them.
It might shift. The Lakers might make it in. You never know.
Well, yeah, we'll stop. We'll just stop for now. We'll stop for now, and then we'll go ahead and make sure to get another one of these in before the weekend, or it might be right on the weekend, maybe, but probably before, and then that way, what I'm saying,
if we do another one Friday around this time, Friday would be perfect because we got the.
There you go. Friday be perfect.
We can mix in, like we'll get the actual factual who's gonna.
Well, yeah, we'll have everything laid out at that point.
By Friday, everything will be tight.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and stop. We'll be back in a minute, guys. So you're saying Houston messed you up?
Yeah, man, but you was right. We shouldn't have did nothing until today anyway because the bracket shifted around so much.
Yeah, I knew it.
The only thing that stayed the same was Golden State and the Clippers. That was the only one that stayed the same. Everybody else shifted.
Oh, it shifted that much?
I'm talking about from the one that I had before.
Oh, you had it a couple days earlier, probably.
My old bracket. The bracket I had like 2 days ago, and you was like, I think we should do this tomorrow because it's going to, and I was like, it don't really mean shit. It did. I mean, it still don't mean shit as far as like how I got to the finals, but it fucked me up as far as like how the team set up. I was like, damn.
Right.
You motherfuckers dropped from what? third to fourth, or second to first, fourth, or some shit. But it fucked up. I had to rewrite everything.
Right.
But then I went and did my prediction where I'm doing the first game.
It's not that. It's not too many differences though. It's really not too many differences.
Do what?
I said in the West there's some differences. Otherwise, it's the same.
Everything stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did my predictions for this weekend, like who's going to win what game, shit like that.
Yeah, we're pretty much the same here as far as I could see. So that's where we're at. We got so everything we already recorded, we'll just go with that for the NBA, right?
Yeah, we can do that one, but then like I said, it changed some because those teams are not facing each other now.
But it's only. I think it's only. I can't check it.
Your bracket was pretty much the same though, right? You had the right one.
Well, that was yesterday. I'm looking from yesterday. I didn't save exactly what I had yesterday here. I'm looking at because I'm right on the NBA site.
Yeah.
I'd have to listen to us, but I think it's pretty much the same, man. It's Portland Thunder, Denver, San Antonio.
Yeah.
Something. I guess Portland, was it Portland and Utah? That the OKC, it could have been Houston and OKC, right?
Yeah, I had it mixed up.
So that's all. I think that's all that shifted. That's it.
But see, even with the shift and everything, I look at how I'm getting to the finals. Mm-hmm. It's still the same. I still have.
No, it's very small. It's very small. We didn't. There's nothing too off. You know, it's pretty much. It just shifted by two of the games shifted. You know, like the different teams.
Yeah,
that's it.
I don't care, man. Like I said, and when I looked at it, I looked at the shift and all that. I said, it really don't matter because the real thing was the next round. You know, what's going to happen? Who's going to advance? And I still think I don't matter how these games play out Saturday and Sunday, it's still going to be that, that team is going to advance, I think. Mm-hmm. So we'll go from there.
All right, well, let's just update. Let's just update and focus on Houston, Utah, and then Portland and OKC.
Those Saturday games?
I guess they're Saturday. I have to look at what I sent you.
The games right here, you got Brooklyn and Philly.
No, just talk. I just want to talk about the two that shifted. That's it, because we already covered everything else.
Okay, well, I got to look at my old list because I don't. Someone got me doing research and shit the fucking morning and shit. I see why them motherfuckers be going off on those fucking sports channels now, man. Shit. Okay, so I had it where it was going to be, I thought it was OKC and Houston, but it's actually going to be Utah and Houston, right?
Yep.
And then I had Portland versus Utah was OKC versus Portland.
Yeah, these are both Sunday.
Yeah. The Houston series, I really don't see a change, but after watching Utah play last night, I really don't see a change. I'm thinking like Houston's going to run through them. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're on it. They feel.
Last night. The Clippers scored 143 points last night. So wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
They
played.
got a nice little team over there.
Yeah, they do.
I think Houston's gonna run through them. Just on the strength of Harden, man. I don't give a fuck about nobody else on that fucking team, dude.
Right.
They run on Harden. If Harden is firing on all cylinders, y'all gonna have a bad fucking night. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
You ain't gotta score 60, 70 points. If he just scores 35 and everybody else steps up a little bit, you guys in trouble.
Yep. So no, they're gonna come with it.
I see that series going. And then what was the other? Portland and OKC. Portland OKC is like almost like you can just throw that shit in the air, man. I've been so disenfranchised with Portland over the fucking years. Them not making the fucking playoffs and all that shit,
Well, it's like they've quietly been good enough. I mean, they've been good. They have actually they're exactly the same record as Houston. So.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I feel like Westbrook just has that will to make you win. So.
I just think OKC is just going to overwhelm Portland.
Yeah, and especially when they play there and the way their fans get going, and it, you know. I think they got the edge. I feel like got more, you know, they got a little more experience probably than the Portland players. But we'll see, man. You know, that's what this is about.
Portland might come in there, and Damian Lillard and company might just like, fuck it, you know, just tear the roof off that motherfucker, man. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. That's what these are some toss-up games, right? Well, this one is. I'd say it's the only one out of the West that's kind of a toss-up. Denver, San Antonio, I guess you could say that, but not really.
That's even though it's hard to go against a Popovich-led team, it's hard to go against one. This team, I just don't know, man.
I agree. Denver's been really good, and they're very consistent, so I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they let it slip away, so, you know, to get booted out in the first round.
Denver and San Antonio, I don't know, man. I think Denver gonna run through them too, man. I think there's gonna be a lot of sweeps in the first round.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be a couple, but I think there should be a couple good games too. You know.
I hope so. I hope we get a couple of series, man.
Out of this many, I think we should hopefully, but you know, like you said, I think the East will probably have a lot more closeness, maybe.
The East is where you will see a lot of these maybe lower. You're thinking they're gonna be lower scoring games. But I think they're going to be higher scoring games. Where's my update? Hold on. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they'll be high scoring.
In the first round, I got I think the Clippers are going to get beat up. I think Brooklyn and Philly going to have a good game as far as it might be like a low scoring game. But I think Philly's going to get that one. Okay. Orlando and Toronto. I think that's going to be tight because I think they're both they're not. I don't think they're really defensive powerhouses. So it's going to be more like who's making the more shots, who's really on as far as good passing, good shooting.
Right.
So yes, I don't know. We'll see. That one, I see Toronto really pulling that one out. But they're going to edge them. It won't be like a landslide. But then later on, I think Denver is going to smash San Antonio. I think it's going to be like a high-scoring game for Denver. It's going to be like 126 to like 95 or some shit. That's not it. That's just Saturday. So we'll see, man. We'll fucking see. I'm kind of excited about the series because we do have a little mix-up. Couple teams that haven't been in the playoffs in a while. Couple of teams that's been languishing around time for them to get the fuck out.
Right.
Let's see what happens.
All right. Well, we could jump into. You wanted to talk boxing since that's coming right up.
We got the boxing
tomorrow night.
That's always fresh on my mind, so that's never hard. I don't have to do much research for boxing.
No, I know.
Really, this weekend, there's about 8 or 9 bouts going on.
Right.
Maybe 3 or 4 of them really have some type of real shake the world type of edge, You got the Clarissa Shields fight. Clarissa Shields and Christina Hammer, they getting ready to fight. That's going to be on Showtime.
Right.
Then you're going to have Lomachenko. Huh?
No, I'm just looking here because ESPN.
I'm trying. Then you're going to have Lomachenko is going to fight Krola on Friday. That's Friday night. They trying to reinvent Friday night fights, which is like, fuck, man, I got to work Fridays, but okay. That might be a pretty good fight, maybe. Then you got the UFC that's having a couple of really good fights. You got the Gastelum versus Asanya. I think I'm saying his name right, Asanya or whatever. He's getting fighting. Those guys are fighting for the middleweight title. Then you got Poirier and fucking Holloway fighting for, I think it's going to be the lightweight title. So you got some fights coming up, man.
Oh yeah, now I'm looking at the schedule. Actually, if you're really hardcore into boxing and fighting, there's up through the next week. There's probably 50 fights going on or so.
Yeah.
You know,
and then you got next month you got Canelo and Jacobs, and they got some more fights coming up. Oh, and even in the midst of that next week, we got Terrence Crawford fighting Amir Khan.
Right. Well, you got. I'm looking right here. April 20th here in Carson.
Yes.
Huge.
420. Then you have a Terrence Crawford is fighting Amir Khan.
Well,
and now I want to talk about that one because
where is that one supposed to be? Because I'm really confused.
What's that?
Where is, you said that one is, okay, it's in New York. There's two big fights going on the 20th. You got New York and Carson going on, and you got like each one has like 10 plus fights at least.
See?
So there's 20 fights that day. Pretty much, at least. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
I think
it's like a good 20 fights in one day.
At least. Got a lot more fighters out there that's hungry, that's doing shit. You know, you guys are just focusing on these guys.
Yeah.
But you got some guys out there coming up. And and a lot of these guys are sitting on these belts, and it's getting ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
just a heads up.
Fighting up next weekend. Like you said, now there's a slew of fights coming on. So now I got to do a little more research on before the weekend comes. Yeah, if you do go under ESPN for boxing, go to schedule. They do have, you could see every single fight that's going on everywhere. Okay. Well, I usually go to PBC.
Yeah, they probably have it.
And they always show me like that's how I found out about, because I got a calendar myself that I was writing down. See, I know there's a ton of fights, but when I see certain names, I go, okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't just, because every fight is not great, even though you'll pass by that list of names, and then when you go back and your mental, you'll think like, oh shit, I remember seeing that fight, but I didn't want to see it because I thought it was going to be a boring fight. Of course, right. So don't always sleep on the boxing. Sometimes just catch one late night on ESPN. You might see a great fight. You never know. Yeah. And for some reason, I don't know who. I think it's Canelo, but somebody's reinventing boxing where it's like, we want to see more fights. I don't know what happened because but this is also boxing. They said there's no season for boxing, but boxing season kind of mirrors concert season. Like when the weather gets better, then they start having more fights.
Right. Well, they have I'm looking right.
I'm not saying that's some kind of fucking formula, but I'm just saying anyway.
No.
We got some good fights. We do have some good fights coming up, and the one, like I said, one is going to be. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a monster fight or if it's going to be a great fight. But Clarissa Shields and Christina Hammer have been brewing for about 5 years or whatever. So hopefully it'll be a good fight, man. I know Clarissa can fight. I'm looking at some of Christine's fights, and I'm going like, she's showing me she can fight, but she's not showing me much power. Like, she's not showing me dropping people, And I'm looking at, I want to see a female Rocky type of shit. I want to see a mother coming going like, in boxing, they had Ann Wolf, and if you look her up, you'll be like, oh my God, how come this chick was never champion? And then you have to think about it. No champion was going to fight this broad, man. She fights harder than guys. Yeah. I mean, look up one Ann Wolf fight, and you'll be like, oh my God, nobody wanted to fight her.
This was, how long ago was this?
She trains guys now, huh?
How long ago was this? I see. Yeah, like with Layla Ali or whatever. I remember. I kind of remember her.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you was watching boxing around the time the women started really getting, because she came out right when Layla Ali retired.
Right.
Layla said, "Fuck it, I'm done. I'm not fighting this, bro."
It's
like I'll fight these other little soft milk can motherfuckers, but I'm not fighting her.
Right.
Fuck that. She was knocking motherfuckers. She was putting motherfuckers.
Yeah, I see her. She's got a cyborg type, almost like size to her.
No, dude. She would have killed Cyborg.
No, I'm just saying in terms of her just the look. I could see. Oh wait.
The physique.
Oh wait a second. No, that's the other chick. Oh, okay. I'm confused. Who's who? Okay.
She's dark.
No, this girl that she was fighting, Vonda Ward, looks similar to Cyborg. That's who it was. Okay. I'm not even looking at...
Tall white girl, right?
Huh?
The big tall white girl?
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong girl. I didn't know who was who.
She put her ass to sleep.
Yeah, she did.
At that fight, her mom had just came to see her fight, the white chick.
Mm-hmm.
And you see your daughter get put to sleep like that. That shit was horrible. That was the worst and best fight I've ever seen.
Let me see this again. Woo!
Man,
that's terrible. She ran right into it.
Man,
she ran right into it.
And you can see that she targeted that shit like, okay.
Well, it was just like a step. It was a step, you know. She just.
Yeah, and she said, and you can see
let
her
me look
eyes,
again.
like, there it is.
Oh.
And she's, of course, probably one of the most hellacious.
She thought she was going for something, and then she got caught.
Yes.
What were you doing?
Monster punch.
What were you doing? Oh, she almost looked like she got clothesline. It was like the position where she's at from. Oh, that's hilarious.
She was knocked out. She was knocked out so hard they had to put her on a stretcher and take her ass out the ring.
She got concussed. Yeah, somebody said when their eyes roll back like that, you know they have a concussion. Yeah, she got concussed.
I saw that shit, dude. I saw that fight
She got
live.
Concussed. Yeah.
I saw that shit live, dude. I was like, oh my fucking god.
So this was published in 2007, so.
It was like 2005.
Probably.
I was in Modesto when that shit happened.
Probably, yeah.
And I was watching, and that's when
Here it is. No, it was 2004. You just got up. It was May 8, 2004. Then you just got up there.
And I was like, who the fuck is this, bro? And it was like fucking Ann Wolf. I was like, oh my
she's
God.
from Waco, Texas. Oh shit.
Man,
this was in Mississippi. 5,000 fans.
I ain't never date no chick from Waco.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Man, yeah, really, not now.
Yeah. Well, period. That would be Jeez, we keep talking. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying, there is no Waco, Texas now.
Yeah, all right. So we got that. So yeah, just looking. I was just scrolling, going overall, but yeah, we got this week. We got
some good fights coming up. The Friday, if you can peek in Friday night and watch the Corolla Lomachenko fight, that might be a good one because Lomachenko, they got this guy touted as being the best ever. I want somebody to knock his teeth out. I always want that though.
Yeah.
I always want the guy that they saying like, oh, this guy right here, he's the fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to get his teeth knocked out.
Right.
In the question of Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan, not gonna happen. Amir Khan's chin is made out of I can't even. Glass is too hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan's chin is made out of a wet paper bag, dude. He's like, you can call him
paper mache or something.
Yeah, you can call Amir Khan touch a sleep Khan. As soon as you touch that motherfucker, he going to sleep. So Terrence Crawford hits too hard. But Amir Khan got some really fast hands.
Well, we have to save that. We're gonna have to say we got time for that one. That's coming.
Okay, but now the one's coming up. Then we got the.
That'll be next. Well, that'll be next. Well, we're a little preview because that's next week. So right now we're just talking. Yeah.
Saturday, if you can peek in on the. Like I said, I always watch a lot of my stuff on YouTube because I'm not paying for nothing. That's ridiculous.
No.
You know, I'll be able to watch. I have Showtime, so I'll be able to watch live the Clarissa Shields fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's another. Peter Quillen is fighting somebody. I can't remember who it is.
Who?
Peter Quillen. He's getting ready to fight somebody too.
Oh, I have no clue.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I can't find. Well, I'm just trying to find it on here. It's all over the place.
You'll find it because his fight is coming up. I think he's fighting Saturday also. But the fights are all over the place. You got ESPN, Fox Sports 1. You got ESPN.
Well, it's just two. Yeah, there's UFC.
What's that?
No, I know. I'm just looking at the list here. ESPN is on the 12th with the LA card.
Yeah, that's Lomachenko.
Showtime is Atlantic City on the 13th. Then you got Mexico. You got DAZN. I'm sorry?
That's the Peter Quillen fight on the 13th on ESPN, I think.
No, I was saying Showtime. There's no ESPN on the 13th.
Oh, okay, so Showtime on Saturday.
The 13th is Showtime's got it, and then Fox.
Okay, Fox. It might be Fox then, the Peter Quillen.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to scan through here. I don't see that name.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll find it, because I'll look him up.
Oh, here he is. Yeah, he is there. He is there. He is on the Fox one. I'm sorry, right at the top. Peter Quillen.
He is on the Fox one, okay. And who is he fighting?
True, or whatever, some kind of
Truex.
collab.
Okay, that's what I was like. See, now, Truex, oh, yeah, that might be a good fight. If Truex comes to fight.
Mm-hmm.
If he comes to fight, it might be a good fight.
And then you got another, some long-ass name, Eastern Bloc with Cool K. That's it. I don't know. Sergi, I can't pronounce the name. It's too long. And then it's Jack Colke, and that's the other fight. Big.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see that.
It's an IBF middleweight eliminator, they call it.
See that.
And then they're the super.
That means nothing when you're talking about two guys I never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're the second. I'm just saying they're the second level on the card, supposedly. So they're the fight before Quillen.
Okay.
But there's a whole bunch of fights that's a.
You got fights all over the place, man. That's gonna be awesome.
No, I'm just saying. Well, that particular broadcast, there's at least 10 fights. See? Just admit, yeah, for that particular one. Yep.
So you know, there's a two-hour event on television, so you might get 3 fights.
Yeah. They're not going to show all these. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if the fights go fast, mother's got early knockouts, then you might get 5 or 6 fights. You know, it just depends.
Yeah.
So this man, like I said, we got.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, man. If you want to watch fights.
Fight fan. If you're a fight fan like I am, this is gonna be a weekend just to kick back.
Yep.
You know, shit to do.
Well, by the time you guys hear this, it'll all be said and done.
Oh yeah, by the time you guys hear this shit, man, we'll be like I said. But let's I'll give out some predictions. The Lomachenko fight on Friday, I think that's gonna be Lomachenko and 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just 5 rounds of these gonna take care of this guy. He don't like to fuck around.
Okay.
Saturday, I think Clarissa Shields. I think that may go to a decision. I'm not sure. Clarissa Shields is another one. She don't like to play around. She like to put your ass to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So she's one of those. She's from the old school of boxing. She like to knock people out. I like that. Then you got who else is fighting this weekend? Oh, then you got Truex and Quillen. I think Quillen will take that in maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. Then you got
nobody's going the distance apparently.
No, I don't. You know, I think people getting out of that shit. But see, the funny thing is, they probably all of them will go the distance. I think Clarissa Shields in the Hammer fight may go the distance. I know she wants to. I know that's what she's gonna want to do.
They've never fought each other before, though.
No, they never fought.
They win though for the best. That's probably going to be the best fight card name out of the whole.
That might be the best fight. That might be the best fight out of the whole weekend, except for the UFC. Now you got the Gastelum and Adesanya, and I just call it the new style bender.
Mm-hmm.
When they fight, that might be a great fight because UFC like to knock motherfuckers out. That's knock you out or break your arm and do some shit like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna have somebody.
No fucking around. You might get a long drawn out fight.
Sure.
If a motherfucker, one guy is scared and the other guy is glad of it. If you get that fight, then yeah, you might get a drawn out process in all these fucking fights.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all the fights that's coming up now, it's almost like everybody they're going to another level right now. So everybody wants to go up. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if people want to fight or if they want to guys want to make money. We're gonna see this weekend, man.
Right.
I think the Clarissa Shields, the Clarissa Shields fight, the Whistler fight, the UFC card, the main event, the actual 2 main card fights. Those will be the 3 fights to look out for this weekend. The rest of the stuff, you get some mixed bag. If you feel like watching it, you can watch it. later and on YouTube. So I'll probably be like Sunday catching up on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's see if I'll be able to catch some stuff live.
Well, we'll definitely be recapping this coming week, and then we'll be able to.
Yeah, we can recap it like Sunday night. You know, that way I'll be caught up by Sunday morning.
All right, cool. We'll stop for now, and we'll be back.
Yeah, man.
Have a good weekend, y'all. Hey guys, just about to jumping on right now. I don't know why. Sorry. I was already supposed to turn this thing on. I said, I'm going to do a little talk at break here, commercial break. It's the Boston and Indiana game that's going on. Boston's up, I think, by 12, 60-48, if I'm not mistaken. The Indy actually started off really hot. I don't know how much they got up by, but I think they were, maybe up by 10 or something like that. But Boston just stopped that whole noise. So really good game so far. So it's the early Sunday game. I was talking to, obviously, I don't know where this will be placed in the podcast because I am going to be getting Broski back on. We're going to recap everything. What went on this week, what happened this weekend. We have yesterday, it was turned out to be a 3-1 or whatever. Out of the 4 games, the Spurs did win the last game. They won over Denver. And who was it? Clippers. Yeah, the Clippers lost on the road, but everybody else won on the road. So tough day yesterday for home teams, but today we're going to see how it turns out. So far, doesn't look like it. Boston looks pretty solid, but Pacers are scrappy. There's still a lot of time. It's just 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And Boston's up 60-50. Good East Coast game. That's a good solid East Coast. In the tradition of like East Coast ball, it's usually that kind of score. Scrappy, defensive. But they'll get some high scoring games too. These guys these days, they all shoot really well, so it's fun, man. I like it, man. I'm really happy about this playoff right now. I'm just trying to learn all these new guys. But definitely enjoying them. I'm just kind of disappointed in myself. I'm like, damn, man, I know you've missed some basketball and some sports, but, I haven't wanted to watch as much for a while. I don't know what it is. It just switched in me with that. Except for fucking football. I still want to watch football out of all of them. And I did it, even though the Steelers didn't, make it into the playoffs, still it ended up real tough because we had parts of the season that were great, but that's what we've kind of had here. We've had for some time. And now moving on from Bell and all that and Antonio Brown, I'm really hopeful that we could start really making some shit, real shit happen, This new young team. I like the guys. I want to see how this chemistry builds. And I think we got a good window because I don't know what Juju's current contract is, but he will be up for a good one, I'm sure, coming up soon. But he just has such a, and especially after this whole incident too, on top of that, but he already has such a different kind of personality than Brown. They're two different people in that way. And they may have some similarities. It's not to make him out to be perfect. People get, things can change in people's lives, and they could become, a little weird or something. But he's just different. I don't really see him flipping the fuck out per se. But it's hard to say, man. Money's getting so much money too. That could be an interesting thing, but who knows? We'll see what he ends up doing. Maybe he'll just be this whole other example. Maybe he'll kind of go like Nipsey Hussle, and let's say he gets this. I'm just going to put the word out there because maybe he hears it or maybe he's already thinking it, but maybe he gets this crazy big contract, for $100 million from the Steelers or something. And, he decides to take 80 of it, or however it's going to, obviously it's not going to be that number because you have to pay things you got to pay before you can spend that money. But whatever, let's say he takes 80% of whatever he has and he decides to do the same thing and do investments and, go that route. You know what I mean? Maybe it's in his community. Maybe it's in a variety of places. I don't know. I'd have to think that's something that these guys are going to get inspired and look at right now. If they're hip hop fans and they're fans of Nipsey, and even if they weren't, I think that message is going to hopefully spread. And it doesn't even have to be it could be for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what people should focus on more than anything. So I know I went from one subject to the other with music, but I just came across my mind because I'm just trying to make an example of that would be a complete opposite of Brown, And look, maybe Brown's doing some things out there, so I don't want to say he isn't. But we just, don't seem to know, or maybe he doesn't share that, but that's fine. So I know all the fairness and stuff. My Libra, I can't help it. So just cooking away. I'm actually about to do some more cooking. I've been doing chicken quarters. It's been my thing lately. First off, they're pretty reasonable in price. Real reasonable. I get them from this market over here. I got 3 big ones, man, for $3. And you're basically getting a leg and a thigh is what the chicken quarter pretty much is. But it's the whole piece. And, you just want to, this one's already seasoned a bit. It's pretty good. It's nice, nice flavor. I could actually add some more to it. It's not over seasoned, but, I put some onion, I chop onions and I put that with the chicken and then I bake it on 410 for pretty much a good, almost an hour. It just depends. Well, this is 1 piece. 2 pieces I do for about an hour, depending on how big they are. But, and then I may adjust the temperatures a little bit. Sometimes I fuck around. I don't know if that really per se is good, but why not? I don't, basically the key is you really want to cook it because they'll be deceptive. You'll think they're done, but they're a bigger piece of meat than you realize. So you want to probably want to cut it if you're not sure. But if you leave it, if you do a good hour at a high heat like that, you're pretty much good. 2 of them, like I said, just depends how big they are. But for one of them, like I'm going to cook right now, I'm going to say it's probably going to be closer to 40 minutes. It should be pretty solid. So I just season it up a little more, and I'm going to put it in. I'm putting it in. But yeah, it's going into the hellhole here. Ooh, that's hot. Hot enough. And what else? Oh, here we go. We're right back at a commercial, so that's perfect. Yeah, I made some last night, and I did some potatoes, some red potatoes. I like the red potatoes. I think they're a little bit better, so to speak, for you, I guess, than the regular. But I don't know if that's 100. Still carb. I don't know. There's all this carb, good carb, bad carb. I know it's real, definitely. But I look at it more as, just try not to have too much. But I know I do probably have a bit too much myself. I ain't gonna lie. We all can, with the breads. A lot of it, for me, it's the breads, the tortilla chips. I can eat, not too bad, I guess. But still, that it all adds up a little bit. But I try to not, every day have too much. Through the day, I don't have it all day, But I'm aware. I try to just stay aware of it. But I could still do better. So, Anyways, but yeah, just did roast real simple, man. Potatoes and chicken. That's it. That's all I did. I have some asparagus. Actually, I should probably make some more. To get some more veggies going. Plus, I just made. Oh, I didn't say that. I did a whole juice last night. I did a bunch of carrots and a few. I had some huge cucumbers, man. The one I should have took the picture on its own, but it's okay. It was like a freak fucking cucumber, man. It was crazy big. I was like, God, I had to get that sucker. I was like, hell yeah. So that was cool. So yeah, I juiced that all up. Definitely made a pretty good bit of juice. I did it quick too, like pretty much 40 minutes, or maybe, yeah, close to 40, 45, something like that. I mean, it takes a little time, but man, it's just it's like, when you get down to it, you're like, I'm doing it like maybe twice a week, 3 times at the most. Because it lasts, I try to pretty much drink it between 2 or 3 days, the amount I make. Probably is going to be more closer to 2 days some ways. I don't know. I try to stretch it out a little bit. I actually need to, at some point here, I'll probably want to do like even more in one session. Just maybe juice, up to an hour and a half. I don't know, however long, just really like do a lot, just get that much more. And that way, I could just have that much more to drink. You don't really want to go over 4 days is pushing it right there. Like that's a little, at that point you pretty much definitely want to drink it up. But I've had it at 4 days and it's not bad. It's not rank. If as long as you really got a nice, keeping it at a good temperature and sealed, you got a good chance to keep it well. They have the mason jars. They're probably one of the best things you could probably put it in, like glass. I use a plastic jug. It's totally, whatever, BPA, all that stuff. I clean it as well as I can. It does have a, it's stained from the juice, but it's still, I could get it where it doesn't smell in there. That's the whole thing. Just clean it as much as you can. Let it soak and all that. But yeah, anyways, giving you all the description of my setup. But no, I want to put it for anybody you guys might be interested in doing it yourself. Maybe you're already doing it. Got thoughts on it. Some people are real picky. I'm kind of picky, but not much. I just keep it simple. Like this juicer, I think it's pretty solid. I do rerun the pulp. So meaning I do it twice where I put in it. Honestly, it hasn't really made it. I mean, it obviously is making it a little longer for me to do that per se, but it doesn't add much time. If it doesn't really seem it adds, and it's worth it because I get like a good full 12. I would say about probably close to 15 ounces extra. So. Now, you might be able to get a little more out of it, but I'm not running at 3. It's just like, no. I just do the pulp one time through, and that's fine, man. And I haven't been using and doing anything with the pulp lately. I probably should, but it's fine, man. I'm still just, that's why I'm making sure to add some vegetables to eat. I have some broccoli I got to cook up. I got asparagus. I'm not juicing that shit. Some people do. Asparagus, that's a weird one if you're juicing. It's not going to taste good. I mean, I know it's probably fantastic in benefits. There's, somewhere you look up the benefits, there's everything out there online. If you want to look that stuff up. Which is good to do, man. You can get a breakdown of every profile of every type of vegetable, fruit out there, man. But yeah, that's been my thing. I haven't done that. I haven't really done that for I don't even know how long. But it was last night. I just said fuck it. I was like, I'll juice right now. And it was getting a little late. It was like 10. Wait. Yeah, it was like 9:30. I forget, but it was a little later, and I already was cooking, and I just was like, why not? You know. So that was good. That was good to do. Oh man. But yeah, it's a good NBA weekend. I'm sorry if I sound like kind of out of it. I'm actually pretty good right now. I'm definitely feeling a little more rested. Finally got a day off. 2 days off, really. But yeah, it's way overdue. Honestly, like, whoo. Yeah, it was a run. I did a hell of a run right there. But, as you heard, if you've been listening to the podcast, and to the new listeners, thank you for chiming or listening in. I hope you're enjoying this one. Go back. I have some great ones, almost 200, so there's plenty to look through, and all of them are archived. So, sorry, I just wanted to cover that, put it out there. But yeah, it was a run there. So you heard me recording, a little bit while I was at work, but thankfully, yeah, there was some couples, these last weeks at least, the Sundays I kept them light. I didn't work a long shift. And I'm glad they let me do that. So, I mean, they kind of have to, man. If you're asking somebody, and they're not fully hired, it's like you got to kind of take what the guy's going to give you, But I appreciate it still, because some could just be, they could do what they want. They could still say, no, you have to do this many hours, and then it's just up to me to take it or to leave it, But it's foolish if you think about to put something, because really, from giving you some of the business here, but be kind of foolish on the company, because there's not a bunch of guys per se that they have ready to go. So you're kind of burning your own bridge by like being hardcore like that. You might as well be flexible if somebody's willing to work at all. Oh, now I got a voicemail. All right, but I'm going to be back and we'll go from there. All right, back on. Sorry about that. Just had a voicemail come through from yesterday. It was actually an accident by my wife. She was not even calling. It was a butt dial. Yeah, man. So yeah, getting back into it. I don't even know where I left off. Oh, with my work. Yeah, I was just saying, basically, they kind of screw themselves because there's not like an extra person. It's not like, oh yeah, you're not going to do it. Well, we got somebody else, Like, you could go get them, but they're not in that position. So it's kind of like, and this is common through the industry and probably in other industries. It's not just me, nurses, all that stuff. Places, they get to that point. It's like, hey, whatever somebody can give you, I'll take it, They're just in that position. So, yeah, it's nice, man. And, I love 6-hour workday that's ideal. Like, I could almost, honestly, pretty happily do, especially if it's something you kind of like enough or like a lot. I could do a 6-hour day, 7 days a week. No problem. Like, especially, like I said, if you're making good money, if not really good money, but like 6 hours, like, you could do a lot. To me, I think it's real healthy, actually, because you're doing some work, so it's an activity. It's keeping you busy, getting your mind off whatever, and then you have a whole day. You could still go do other things. You could get some chores done. You could still have a nice dinner. I mean, you could do probably a lot if you really want to, in that type of day. But anyways, yeah, I would love to have that schedule, especially doing it from my home. So, but I'm in the work. It's in the works. It's definitely in the works. In the midst of it right now. So, and you are a part of it here on the podcast. This is something definitely I could do this more. I have no problem with doing it. I love doing this podcast. I love talking, as you can tell. Anybody would have to if you're wanting to just be on here by yourself, making up stuff to talk about. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. So, anyways, that's what's going on in my world. But 74-55 with 7 minutes and some change left. Yeah, Indiana's toast. They're getting toasted, man. They got punched in the lip and they just never recovered. They got socked in the mouth, really. I shouldn't say punched in the lip. They got socked in the mouth. Just in that third quarter. Yeah, they fucked up. But, let's see. See how scrappy they can get here in the last bit, if they could fight back a bit. 7 minutes, you could do something. You got to do it right away, though. Let's see. Okay, they got a chance here. Here's a rebound. Sorry, I'm not going to do players' names. I don't know all these guys. But Indiana's got the ball. And they're going to go inside. Oh, bad pass. Yeah, anyways. It's going to be a sloppy end. The energy doesn't look like it's out there. And it's not even a good... Well, no, it's still going to be a good win for Boston. It's definitely not... It'll be a hard, tough game kind of win, but... Alright, there you go, Indiana. Couple points. That's where it starts. Yeah, so we got... Trying to think who else is coming up in the... Let me pull up the games here on my other... On my phone, actually, not my other phone, because I'm speaking to a recorder. Let's see here. Go to the score. Oh, the Penguins, I think they just lost, I'm pretty sure, 4-1, and I don't know if that's the end of that series, period, but even if it isn't, they're down 3-0, so tough day in Pittsburgh. Plus the weather's kind of shitty, so yeah, that's par for the course out there. Shit. Let's see. Pirates playing. All right, Pirates got some hope. 3-3, bottom of the 6th, so they can maybe pick up the day if you care. Penguins fans ain't gonna care. All right, let me look up these games. NBA. Oh yeah, we got next Thunder and Blazers. Pistons and Bucks, Jazz and Rockets. Oh my God. Jazz Rockets, 6:30 p.m. out West time, 9:30. Yeah, dude, you got to be hardcore back east to watch these games. Even last night, I think the last game was starting. Yeah, it would have been like 10:30 back east. It's fun, man. I like being back there. I've been back there a couple times now over the years. Excuse me, during during the final. Well, I was there. Yeah, the first time it happened when I was back there, opposed to living there growing up. But it was, it was like '08. It was '08 if I'm not mistaken, and it was the Lakers in Boston, and it was the first time they played each other, and Lakers got beat up. Like, it wasn't good. And Boston just, I think the Lakers had one or two kind of, the games were, but the game I was back there for, I remember watching at least the one. And wow, they got torched. And we were at the bar out there, and it was just like, it didn't matter though, because there was no fans of anybody per se. I think there was a couple Boston people, but, it's not a basketball city, so it's kind of fun because you could watch it there, and it's not like you're not gonna have like people going nuts really or getting into it with anybody really. It's not really unless you just have that friend there or somebody that you both like get into it together. But it's a different vibe. But watching it, and then the last time it was a Boston. It was last year. Yeah, it would have been last year we were out there and watched Boston play Cleveland. And it was in this bar. It was hot and sweaty upstairs. Oh my God. It was cool. Like, it was real cool, but it was just fucking hot, man. Nothing like hot and drinking away. It was like, oh man. Not really a good, No, it wasn't bad. Actually, I was feeling all right, considering, having some drinks, being hot. I know I paced myself good, and I was drinking some waters and shit, but yeah, it was a sweat job, big time. But it was kind of fun. It's just fun. Well, that was kind of still daytime. I don't think it was night yet, really. But it's just kind of wild watching the games out there on, from the West Coast, being at their, so late. It's like, it's just crazy. You're like, damn, you take it for granted out here. And meanwhile, out there, it's like, yeah, your game will start at 10:30 at night. It's like, fuck, man, you got to be up to 1, yeah, you're up. But, sports fans will do it, man. They'll stay up, especially if they got money on it. But, yeah, man, it's a trip. Oh, sorry about the stretch there. But yeah, I'm gonna stop for now. We'll get back, keep it going. I'll be checking back in a little bit. All right, just back on here. Sorry, have to make some sounds. So, yeah, just back on here, checking in real quick, watching the Bucks and the Pistons, first quarter, Bucks handling the Pistons, it's like 28-12 or some shit, so we'll see what happens, but Pistons not doing too much, just barely watching it, man. I've only seen like a minute and a half, maybe. But Rip City, Portland, came through and beat the Thunder, so they held down their home court. But that was a really good game. I saw a pretty good bit of that game, yeah. But yeah, Portland, man, they really played hard, man. They played really well. Their energy was good. Lillard. So, hey, man, I hope the best for them. I just know that they've been historically, like I was saying, me and Kim were talking about, they've been kind of the one team that doesn't show up, or they don't get over that hump, or they get like in their way, or whatever the thing is. But that has no bearing on this team right now. They could be whoever they want. So we'll see, man. Let's see what happens. Like they say, you don't really start a series till you go to the other, until somebody wins on the other team's court. That's when the game begins, as they say. So, but a very good, so far, a lot of games, actually not all of them, but a good bit of these games are great, So far, the first and 8 seeds on either side doesn't look too good. Of course, the Clippers had I think they had a better start than Pistons did. But this is still in the first. We'll see here. And, I'm trying to think, I think there's a few minutes going. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for the ticker to come up to show. But there might be enough time to kind of come back a little bit in this quarter. But yeah, they're going to have to if they want to make this a game at all. So anyways, that's pretty much what's going on at the moment. Finished cooking for now. I don't know if I'm gonna. I cooked a whole fucking cabbage, man. I just didn't want it sitting. I had it in there for a little while, so I figured, well, I might as well cook that up. It's really good for you, and I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna eat all of it. I'm gonna try to eat as much as I can because it's only me. My wife's out, so all this food is like, it's got to be stuff I'm gonna eat. But yeah, I just made it like plain. I didn't put anything in it, so I'll just, season it however I want and try to, yeah, if I even eat a good half of it or whatever, I'll be happy. But it is good for you, So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of good, healthy eating. Well, more so with making the juice. The eating too, though, I've been pretty decent, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie though. I'll talk about when I fucking get some good stuff. But I haven't done any fast food this week. I really try to stay away from the straight up fast food. I do the Chinese fast food. So, but at least I feel like at least with that you're getting something that's more homemade. But maybe it's not all the best for you, but I don't know. You do what you can, and even at the Chinese spot, you could, there's not much, you could just get the veggie dishes if you want to, but all of it's not the greatest, but I think it's probably still better than a lot of places out there, quite honestly. So, at least I enjoy it better, so I'd rather eat that than, McDonald's and stuff like that. I know, so exciting. Well, anyways, let me stop for now, guys, and keep it going a little bit. We're good to go. All right, everybody. So, never mind that. Got Kim back on, ready to recap this fucking first week. Or first games of the weekend, as well as do you want to cover we could cover some fights, right? I guess real quick.
Yeah, we were quick to do the fights, man. They were lackluster, but then the UFC was way better. I would have paid for those. Those two event fights were awesome. They were awesome.
Well, I think it seems like Shields was good too.
It was okay.
Okay.
I really wanted to stop it, but then it showed you how tough Hammer was. I thought she was going to fold up, but you can see she was getting her ass kicked, but she was like, you know what, I can, it's only 10 rounds, we can do it.
Yeah.
And she was getting mopped around. At first she was looking pretty good, then she just, I don't know, I guess she got tired, her arms got hot, I don't know. I'm not a fighter, so I don't know. But
right.
She just started getting blasted. She just started blasting her. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
so basketball.
So we'll get back we'll get on the basketball. So fucking what are we starting off with? Yeah, the Pacers and Celtics today. Well, we're gonna go Saturday. Yeah, we got to go back a day.
It's two Saturday games. The first game on Saturday.
That was the Nets and Sixers.
Yes, and that was a shock to me because I thought Philadelphia was gonna really step. I thought they were gonna really step all over Brooklyn, but Brooklyn got a team, man. They got a team over there. That's not no bullshit. They got a team. They got a nice little team. Yeah.
That was a nice first win. I was, I got lucky on that one with picking them, but shit,
I didn't pick them at all. I didn't pick them at all.
Yeah.
At all. But they look.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. Well, no, I pretty much know which ones I picked. I didn't write everything down, but.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I go like, I knew I had Philly winning that series, but the way it looks now, I might have to change that one because it's first games. That's the thing with this. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But when you're the opponent and especially the underdog and you do something like that, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's a pretty big step. That's a pretty big step. So
it makes me go like, okay, now the playoff might be, this. If I don't get to watch every fucking game, but if I can just, watch, I'll catch my news in the morning. Like tomorrow, I probably won't watch it, but the next week, Thursday, I'll definitely watch it.
Well, they're all going to be pretty much when we're at work, probably at work or whatever.
Yeah, but I can always look in. I always look in at the scores and whatnot, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I can always do that. So that's not a problem. So I'll try to stay on top of it. I will try and stay on top of it.
Oh yeah, we'll be on it, man. It's all good. So anyways, let's move on to the next one. It was the Magic and the Raptors.
And that's another one.
Another one.
I thought he was going to run him out the building, man. And Orlando, once again.
I agreed. I think I agreed pretty much. I was like, yeah, I don't know about the Magic, but.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen him play, and then DJ
I hadn't seen
DJ Augustine fucking it up, man.
He went crazy. He went fucking. He did not. He willed that team to win, dude.
He was a big part of it.
Ridiculous.
Obviously, a couple other guys, but that was like, he definitely was like the heart right there, man.
Yes.
You could see where that team's running through.
Yes.
But the Raptors, they're just another player, so they just got to get a little. They don't even have to be that much better to win this series.
No, this is a pick'em series. It's like either or, but at the same time, I really thought Toronto was just gonna really just run them out the fucking building.
I know they have a. Well, one of the guys that guy Gabe, my buddy Gabe Morency, the one sports guy, he's a big fan, and I'm sure you've noticed it. We've talked about it maybe too, but they still have this problem with their big time appearances, whether it's in the regular season or whatever.
Yes.
And they just haven't been like up for the fucking challenge yet. It's like they.
Yes. They falter every time.
It's like they go hide and go. Yeah, let me go hide away.
Yeah.
Or it just seems that way. For some reason it hasn't. We haven't seen that come out of him yet.
Yeah, I haven't really been a Raptor, spectator, because I haven't really, with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady left that team, I thought they was done. But they just kept staying, around the Raptors.
When they got Chris Bosh kept them going, and then they...
Yes.
And then since then they still kept getting like the right guys, and when they got Lowry, now they got
Lowry.
And they had DeRozan.
They kept a little team over there. So I don't know. Like I said, I thought they would be doing. I really thought they would do better. I really thought they'd be doing better. But we'll see. We'll see about that series.
Yeah, the first game was a close. It's 104-101, so it's like. That's not terrible, man. They don't have to. Like I said, they barely have to play that good to win this series.
They brought it back to because they were beating their asses up. They was beating them up. They was running them out the fucking gym, and then they just started coming back. But they were really getting manhandled for a minute. It was just like I wasn't watching every fucking frame of the game, but it was just wow. Wow, you guys are getting manhandled.
They were getting lit up. They were getting lit up, man. The energy wasn't there. Teams start. Something was fucked up.
Kawhi was just. They was like really cheating on Kawhi. Kawhi, you ain't doing shit. You don't give a fuck about nobody else. You ain't doing shit. But it was really just their offense was they couldn't do shit with defense because their offense was too potent, man. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The Magic was looking magical.
Yes. They must have recently did a little bag of tricks or something.
That's one of the better looking Magic type win. I mean, we have, if you really, those words haven't really come out of anybody's mouth.
No, not for a while, man. The Magic have just been like, they haven't even been on the radar. But at the same time, it's like, it's not like Toronto where you kept hearing their name a lot. I don't even know. They kind of breezed into the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know they were going to make it in there. All of a sudden, boom, they're in there, and then look what they do. They beat up a good team. So, okay.
Yep.
Okay. We'll see.
And then we're going to move on to the Clippers and Warriors. That just fell apart.
We'll see.
It started off okay. That could end up being better. I'm not gonna. Yeah. But
it's the first game. You keep saying.
But the Warriors, when they got their stride going, they made it look real easy.
It's hard to beat them, man. It's hard to beat them.
Kevin Durant. I didn't notice this, but I noticed it. He almost looks like he's not even looking at the team he's playing. It's like he's looking beyond that.
Yes. He's they keep talking he's the best player in all this bullshit, and when you watch him play, you go like, hey, he's all right. But he's hard to guard, man.
He's good. He is good. He is good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah. He's one. Okay. I'm gonna say this: when he was in college and he was being talked about, I was kind of like, oh, let's see, what's this kid gonna be about? Like, is he a hothead though, or something like that? And then you see him come in, he's super cool and humble. He dealt with the whole Sonics thing, and goes to OKC and makes them something. And since then, it's like I'm just like, man, this guy's fucking good, man. He's just got a smooth way he plays, and he's not he's not dunking and doing all this crazy stuff, but
no, he's a very fucking
consistent, man. Very consistent.
Very solid basketball. Yes. So that series is going to probably pan out like we think. Golden State will probably just walk all over the Clippers, even though the Clippers, they do have a little bite in them. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. No, I think they could get a couple if they really fucking go at it, or get, they're going to have to play, but they'll have to play. You have to play really well. It's not even just about can you score or whatever. You got to just play very well against the Warriors, especially
solid, man.
Especially in this at this stage in playoffs. Man, you got to bring it. You got to fucking bring it.
Yes.
So now we're gonna finish off that day. It was the Spurs and the Nuggets. Did you watch any of that?
And yes, that was another one.
That was a good game, man.
I thought Denver was gonna run their asses out the fucking building, dude. But I had said
I fucking got that one, man. I can't believe I got that one too.
But it's hard to go against a Popovich,
Yeah. Well, you know what else? It was like watching the Spurs. It's kind of like when you see this team now, and if you've watched them for years and years, you forget. Hey, they're not old guys now, man. This is a new team. There are some older guys, but it's not like
this is wow. Now that's another team that was like, Denver just going, because Denver was just running through everybody. So I'm thinking, they're going to run through. I'd
say the Spurs team's a little more exciting than they've been before. They got a little boring.
A little more running gun.
A little more.
Like you said, younger guys,
fresher leg.
They're not doing that stand around.
Not as plodding. Yeah, it's not a Tim Duncan team. No,
it's not that stand up type of fight. It's more like, we're gonna grind this shit out. We're gonna take this shit to the ground. So they're a ground and pound team now. So it's like Denver, you guys better wake the fuck up and realize you guys are playing a Popovich coach team. Once y'all do that,
hey, I'm sorry though. Denver, y'all uniforms, man. That look like the thrift store and shit, man. Come on.
A lot of these uniforms in the playoffs were looking like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, they are.
Detroit's uniform.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
That shit. Oh, that was ugly. That shit was ugly, man. No wonder y'all lost. And I was like, that's a team. How the fuck?
The fucking 1990s Kmart fucking outfit and shit.
Yeah, but it's like, how'd you guys? It's like when you look at the West, you go, I see how these teams made it. But with the East, I don't know how Detroit made it in there, and I don't know how they see Blake Griffin's the best guy on your team.
I think he's injured though.
He is injured, but I'm just saying he's supposed to be the best guy on their team. And they kept, crying, Blake would have been, man, Blake would have been the same fucking thing. Milwaukee ran them motherfuckers way out the fucking building, dude.
All right, we're about to get into today. Let's get into today, man. All right. The start was Pacers and Celtics.
That was what's supposed to be. Boston should have won that series.
Yeah.
They should win that. They should win that hands down. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that had a nice little start to it.
It wasn't bad. It was a bad game.
But the Celtics, they got it all in control. They went in and they punched them in the mouth good, man. When the big moment was when the Pacers fucked up on 3 possessions or something like that. They fucked up bad.
Yeah.
And then they just got punched in the mouth. Boston was just like, we're going inside. We don't care. We're not trying to get threes. We're not trying to get threes.
We're trying to score.
And I hate that with teams that get caught up in the threes. It's like, go inside. I don't care if the shit's close. I don't care if you're a little ahead. Just go inside, especially when you got a lot of time. you got the whole game. You don't have to do the 3 like I'm shooting for my life bullshit. You know?
Yeah, we're down by 2 points. Go for it 2. Why are you going for it 3? You know, that's why I don't get that. I know you guys want to win, but you got like a minute left in the game. You got time. You got time, man. So
yeah, there's they get weird. But it shows that, you know, teams, that's where, you know, they have that element of like, if we're not getting the 3 ball tonight, well, we're probably not going to win. You know, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, and then that's sad. It's sad that they, okay, you know, like when you shooting fucking 53s in a fucking game, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
But you know, they're doing it sometimes. So hey, you know,
it's ridiculous. I mean, 23s to me is like max. Like, dude, we got a couple 3-point shooters. I don't want anybody shoot fucking 3s, dude. It's ridiculous. No, stop, stop. We're up by 2 points. You know, let's keep scoring. Stop and score. That's what our thing is all about. Any sport that scores, stop and score. Stop and score. That's it. So
yeah,
but yeah, we was at.
So we go. Go ahead.
Now we go to who was the next game? OKC and Portland.
Oh yeah, woo! Hey,
that one wasn't bad.
That was good.
Yeah, they wasn't fucking around either, man. Portland said, "Man, fuck you guys."
Yeah, they were like Nate, I heard you. You talking shit?
Yeah.
Saying we can't win.
Yeah. See, every time we get to the promised land, we don't know how to get. We don't know how to.
Well, you haven't seen this Portland team. This isn't fucking so and so. So.
Yeah, this ain't the Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen playing on the sidelines. Fucking Portland team or whatever.
Yeah, this isn't fucking Rashid Willis blazing in the fucking locker room.
Yeah. No, this ain't that shit.
This ain't Rashid Wallace fucking hotboxing in the locker room.
Nah, nigga, this is a whole
getting the coach high and everybody high.
Man, why is it so smoky in here? Let's pass that shit here, man.
I'm sorry, Rashid, if you hear this, man, I know you probably laughing and shit going, man, I wish I did do that shit. Oh, man.
I hope you don't take offense to that shit, man.
I don't think so. That should be hilarious.
We just playing.
Well, hey, we never know because, you know, we talk shit about Blue Blocker. God, man, you think we fucking...
Yeah, you thought we assassinated the guy. We didn't kill his ass, man. The motherfucker died. Fuck. Jeez. We put it out on Blue Blocker. Ain't got a bitch.
Years before he passes away, they were on it. They didn't, like, hate us, man.
Man, leave the guy alone, man. I know him personally, man. He's a good guy. We not do. We know he's a good guy, man.
Yeah, you think the videos we went up to him, shook him down, took his money, pushed him down on the ground.
Took his bucket of chum, took his fucking painted fucking shoes. We didn't touch his ass, man. We had fun with him. You know, he had a great time. Shit, I bet he got that whole day. I bet he brought as much crack as he wanted to. So,
hey, man.
Anyways,
R.I.P. to Blue Blocker. R.I.P. to Blue Blocker.
R.I.P. man, yeah. And to all you people, man, I'm so sorry. You know, but anyway, the next game was Portland OKC.
Man, and then we got.
I thought the OKC were running out the building, but Portland won. So now we're on to.
Yeah, it's gonna be good though, man. I'm glad it was still. It's gonna be interesting, man. I like how that went down though. Bucks and Pistons. Pistons were in Milwaukee.
I don't even know why the Pistons are in it. They got.
Dude.
Dude, it wasn't even like. It was like when a mother comes to the party and the guy is looking at you and saying, "You know damn well from that shit you did last week, you cannot come in my fucking house." And that's what they did to them. They didn't even let them niggas in the house. They get ran out. I said, God damn.
It was like this is like some high school kids that snuck into a college frat party.
Man, and they just got slapped around.
And they got embarrassed. I mean, they'll have a story for the rest of their life, but they just got, you know.
Man.
It's a story they're going to share amongst themselves that were there, but they ain't telling nobody else.
Man, That's what you keep. That's what you take to the grave.
Yeah, you take it.
Take that to the grave, man. And somebody, don't mention that shit around here, man. What's wrong with you, man? Don't mention that shit here, man. My wife is in the next room. Quiet.
I want to know what happened at that fucking party, man.
Yeah, that's like, remember that time, man? You drink that bottle of cum and shit, like,
They got you to do it. They had a fear factor set up for you guys and shit.
Man, crazy. So that was actually what you thought that was going to be. You know, Milwaukee.
Yeah. That ended up.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee should be playing, and it's crazy because they're like, you know, and they're trying to get healthy and stuff. It's like, dude, if Milwaukee, this isn't their full health, which we know that's the case, and we know the Pistons aren't the measurement really, but man, I tell you what, if they could keep getting healthy as the playoffs go, and they could stay winning. I mean, damn, they could be the one to they should be the one to challenge whoever's there. You know, whoever's going to be there.
I think, I already said what's it going to be anyway, but it would be nice. Like I said, man, it would be nice.
I mean, we're getting far ahead, but they're looking, you know, for the East right now. You can't say they're not top of the hill right now.
But we'll see. Like I said, they may get up against somebody like, even say Philadelphia beats Brooklyn out, and Philadelphia is just their linchpin. We don't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's all brand new for everybody. They're just they just seem like, because of their record, and you know, obviously it's just the beginning, but they seem to play very confident. They you know, they just when you're used to winning, you know, it kind of keeps breeding that. So so far, that's so far, but you know, we'll see.
You're not walking around with that air like we invincible type of thing, but it's like they know. They kind of know, man.
They're like, it's like they're like when they say there's certain teams, especially in baseball, it happens. They're just young and kind of dumb enough, like, until they get into the big moment, but like leading into they could just be playing out of their minds. Like they shouldn't be that but they're not even thinking about it. They're just too good for their own good, you know, they're just, and then, you know, but then that could be tricky, you know, because then you get put in the real part, and then it's like, oh shit, you know, now I'm thinking about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, they're winning, like, that was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous game.
But this is one game. I don't want to. I'm just getting a little bit ahead, you know, just talking them up a bit. But they deserve it because look at, you know, the season they've had, and them to still be like not full strength. I mean, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. A lot. Yeah. So they're up and coming look. You know, they have that up and coming look about them. All right, so let's move on to the last game of today was the Jazz and Rockets. A snore fest in the end.
Yeah. It was just this time you can't say it was a James Harden show. No. Sure wasn't. It wasn't a James Harden show this time. So if they keep playing like that, that's another team that's going to be hard to beat.
Oh yeah,
James Harden
and they said that you know that they could end up. They potentially will be playing the Warriors in the next round. So woohoo!
Man, if they playing like the way that they played today. Dude. No Golden State, so you can't really compare it like that. But if they keep playing like they were playing today, where Harden is just, you know, he's just a fixture. He's not just, you know, you gotta watch out for his ass. But at the same time, you got all this other shit's going on. So you keep it going like that, you guys might be a problem. You might be a problem.
For real.
But if they're a James Harden show, I don't see them going far just with him just scoring 65 fucking points a game. I don't see them going that far.
Nah, you gotta have some mix going on. You gotta have some.
Yeah.
They look more balanced the way they played. You know, this looks, you know, right now that looked really well. But that's the whole thing. All these keep going on. Teams start looking at each other. You know, it's interesting. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, I can't wait for the next game. I cannot wait.
But what do you think, man? Overall, like no LeBron, man. What a trip, huh?
You know, that's the one thing that's really like don't give a flying fuck, man.
Yeah.
I like I said, him going to the Lakers is probably one of the worst moves the Lakers have ever made. They made a lot of bad fucking moves, but I think that was actually one of the worst things they could have done. Because they had a guy over there, D'Angelo Russell, who's in the playoffs and making them and contributing, and you could have had him instead of fucking LeBron still.
Yeah.
You know, that's my thing. You know, so yeah, I don't care if you make it. That's on him. You went over to the worst team in the league.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying so much the caring, but like, you know, it's interesting just to be like, you know.
It's wild. It's wild that he was the greatest player, so-called great player in the NBA, is not in the fucking finals.
Yeah.
You know, or not in the fucking playoffs. So
yeah.
It's wild. It is wild, man. That's very crazy. You know. And then to say I don't care, I do care. I do. I don't feel bad for him. That's the one thing I really want.
No. Honestly, I think it's a little overdue, man. I think it's like, dude, that's a lot of playing, man. You gotta have some years where you don't make it, man. It's
I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome that you had that run.
Amazing. That's a run. That's up there. That's up there with so many people. It's not even funny, man. So, or very few. I'm sorry, very few people. Not so many. Actually, very few.
It wasn't like he always got to the finals and didn't win. Since you won out of the 20 times you showed up, you won 5 times or 4 times or whatever.
Yeah,
that's still good. That's very good. So I don't. You know, that him not being in it makes no difference, man. I'm glad he's not in it. So now you can focus on something else, man. Fuck LeBron. You know?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm not looking at it negatively. I'm just trying to say, like, okay, he didn't make it to the playoffs. That's his fucking fault. He should have pushed that team harder. He should have went to a different team where he could have had, a faction around it. But why would you go somewhere that's already problematic? And we knew Luke Walton was out. How come they didn't get rid of his ass in the beginning? You know, let them ever think he was going to still be there. They're like, man, get the fuck out of here. You're going too. So now he's in Sacramento, which, whatever.
Dude, it's, you know what? It's not going to be too bad. That's a pretty good team, actually.
They're not a bad team, so
they're actually coming along. So it might be the right timing, in a way. You know,
that might be good for him. He might get revenge. Get revenge against the Lakers. Have a better record.
Like not only fucking Warriors, bitch. I'm gonna really put you in the hole. The Clippers, and it's like the whole fucking division is now gonna turn on the Lakers hardcore. Like the Clippers already been better. The Warriors have stayed better, and then you get the Kings going. Oh my god.
I mean, now the Kings are going to be next year. The Kings will have a better record because the Kings at the bottom of the totem pole, dude. They're the Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, let them come up and be over the Lakers this next year. Wow, under Luke Walton. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Hey, remember we said it first, or at least one of the people.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we had Houston. So now that the playoffs they're starting full swing, and we had a lot of upsets. You know, a lot of I couldn't believe that team won like that. You know, so
yeah.
You know, I think it's gonna be great. I mean, hopefully we can keep that up as a 7-game series, so at least we get some games. You know, not just a bunch of. Well, we know Milwaukee. That should.
Yeah. Well, there's enough games where I think that might happen. You know, you might get 2 of these series that go pretty far. You know, I could see the Pacers Celtics go into something like that.
Yeah.
The Trailblazers and Thunder, you know, based off this, you know, those games, and then maybe there's a swing in these fucking lopsided ones where, oh shit, you know, the fucking Jazz came back and did the damn thing, you know?
Yeah, I think the Jazz, they match up good with Houston because they didn't match up good with them tonight, but they might give them a couple of games.
Yeah, or sometimes you know how it is. Maybe you get where it's like 3/4 of it, you're like, oh shit, but then all of a sudden, you know, the Rockets win, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, but if you just, like I said, if we have a couple of wins, it'll be fine. I'll be happy.
I just like overall what I saw. I'm pretty happy with what I saw, man. I'm really happy.
Denver losing, that was good. I mean, not good for Denver, but it was good. That San Antonio, but I had already said that it's hard to go against Popovich, man.
Yeah, he had that. I had to get. That's why when I thought about it, I was like, I'm giving him the edge because it's like that guy. If you got a team sniffing or right there in the playoffs, they're dangerous with him. They just, he knows he plays that chessboard, so well,
Yeah.
But it's not even like he has to even do so much of that anymore, man. He's got talent. That DeRozan, he's playing well. Shit. Let's see who else is going on Spurs because I'm fucking terrible with some of these guys.
I don't know none of the guys on the Spurs, man.
Oh, White, that guy White, he did great. Derek White, fuck yeah, good job.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was fire, and I was like, and then I kept looking up at the TV, going like, oh my god, they're gonna win this fucking game.
Oh, LaMarcus Aldridge, yeah.
Yeah, Aldridge, yeah, he's a beast anyway.
Yep.
But he was, like I said, it was like watching the game. It was like, man, there's just different names being called out. And they were winning. It was just like Denver just couldn't get their shit together.
Oh, Rudy Gay's there. Bertolini. Let's see. Patty Mills, young guy.
A lot of guys didn't even. I'll tell you, it was like I said, there was a lot of guys just really you never heard of.
Man, I'm sitting here. I'm just trying to learn some of them, man, because these are some of the guys we're going to see, through the years coming up.
Next couple of years, yeah, next couple of years. So this is going to be the teams.
Yeah,
there's going to be some shifts, but not much. So we'll see. We're like now they move around a lot more than they used to. Guys will stay like Reggie Miller. He stayed with the same. The whole team, his whole career. He didn't switch around.
Right.
But he wasn't taking championships either. He was being loyal to his team.
Yeah.
No,
he did.
Karl Malone had to say something stupid about it, but, of course, he gonna say that. Hey, look at the money you're paying Reggie. Shit, I'll stay there too, man. Karl Malone, I don't know why you stay in Utah your whole career, but you was chasing the goddamn ring. And look what happened. Look what that. You shit. You still didn't get the fucking ring. And you only played, 2 more years, and you stayed hurt the whole fucking time, so fuck you, too. I know, man. I know.
That's funny, man.
I just get angry sometimes.
So,
but now let's move on to boxing. And then, actually, the whole fight weekend that we had, where it started Friday with Lomachenko, which was, it was okay. It wasn't a great fight. It wasn't a great fight, but it was all right. Lomachenko won, but it was okay. Then you go on to Saturday, you had Shields, and you had that was the girl fight, the regular girl fight, not UFC, it's a regular girl fight. Shields and Christina Hammer, which wasn't a bad fight because I really wanted her to put her to sleep instead of just. But then I just showed you how strong. What's her name was? Christina Hammer wasn't no slouch. Okay. So, and then we'll move on then we go to the UFC where we had an awesome fight. Gastelum and the last style. I can't. Israel Asande. I can't say his name.
Holloway and Poirier was a big one.
Yeah, that was a great fight too, dude. I can't believe they stood up that long. They were scrapping, dude. And it wasn't no rapping. It was punching, man. They not trying to just say, oh my god, yeah. You get a chance to look at the highlights, you'll be like, oh my god, I would have paid for that. And the other one too, Gastelum and Israel. I would have paid for that fight too, man. They were doing hamburgers. They were not messing around. Great fights. 2 great fights, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter Quillen and Truax was a headbutt, and they stopped that fight because he had a big fucking gash. Truax had a hole in his fucking right over his eye. So yeah, that fight was over.
Oh wow!
And that was pretty much the fight weekend. But then next weekend we got more fights, so we'll be talking about those next weekend and the rest of the playoffs and whatever. So we got a couple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, by next week we'll have like.
We'll be together next weekend, so that'll be even better. We'll do it live.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully we can find some. Somewhere to watch the fight. That'll be that bad. We can tune in on YouTube and watch it, dude. We ain't got.
Oh, I can pull it up. I got the sites to pretty. It should work out.
See, we can just, like I said, my whole thing is not. I ain't gotta watch frame by frame. I used to be like that where I had to watch the fights brand new and all that horse shit.
Right.
And I'm out of that now. I can watch it, buffered or whatever the fuck else is going on. I don't give a fuck, man. I just like that's what number one. I hope it's a good fight. That's my thing. I hope you guys go in there like the double park and they mad at each other. That's what I want to see. And the fucking UFC fights, that's what they were like. These guys went in after the fight, they hug and shit. But during the fight, they trying to get his head out. I love that. I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. And you shouldn't be fighting, dude. You shouldn't fight. But other than that, the fighting weekend, if you're a fight fan, you got satiated. You have fights from Saturday and Sunday, and you got a lot of fights. So
yeah,
if you were the fight fan, you were satiated. You would not want next weekend. It's supposed to be better. So we'll see.
Oh yeah,
we'll see. We got Garcia and Granados, and we got Crawford and Khan. So
yeah,
we'll see. But my prediction: Garcia and Granados should go to a decision. Khan should get knocked out in about the third or fourth round, and his chin is like wet tissue paper, dude. He's a great fighter, but when he gets hit in the chin, it's like you want to call him touch of sleep. So you touch him up in the chin, and it's like boom, he goes right to sleep, dude. So we'll see.
Got that paper mache.
Oh, man, worse, man. I'm telling you, paper mache is something in his chin. I'm telling you. Shit, he gets tired. They don't call him touch of sleep. So you touch his ass, he goes right to sleep. He's like, fuck, dude. So
I got so another thing, not something we either watch, but Tiger fucking Woods, man.
Won the Masters, dude. I mean,
dude,
fucking talk about it.
Holy shit, man. I looked at that. 2005 is when he won the Masters last. So he won. And then the last, major, it's been, 11 years. So it's like, wow, man. Holy shit.
With all the seasons, with the injuries and all the seasons.
Yeah, he wasn't, wow. Yeah, he wasn't able to play there at all. Like, he had to stop playing even outside of the, I was just reading about it, I was like, God damn, man. Pain pills, DUIs, fucking,
just all kind of shit.
All kind, man. Like, losing more hair and shit.
Yeah, keep those hats on tight. You look weird without a hat.
Oh, dude, I know. I was like, holy shit. He's looking like his dad, a lot, man.
But you notice how he's looking more Asian, though. He's like,
yeah, no, he looks like he looks a bit like his dad and his mom, but yeah. But the hair, like his dad had that same kind of thing with the hair, for sure.
Yeah, that balding, that right there on the top type. Yeah, he really resembles his dad a lot, and he's starting to get heavier and all that. But he's starting to look real fucking Asian in the face, though. He got the big teeth.
Yeah.
He looks like when they do a parody of an Asian. That's what he looks like sometimes. I saw, yes, Mr. Tally. Mr. Tally, get your clothes right away, Mr. Tally. That's what he looks like sometimes.
Right.
And he will start doing that shit. I'm like,
well, he has different looks, yeah.
But I mean, he always looks so tired to me now, so haggard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He used to look, when he first came out and he was always winning and shit like that, he had this gleam in his eye.
Yeah.
After that thing that happened with his wife and then tons of injuries and all that bullshit, he started looking haggard. Every time you see him, now he looks like he's real tired. I mean, yeah, he's in interviews and he's in a lot of pain. It's like he's always in a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah, man.
His knees are hurting, his toes hurt. I mean, he got turf toe, I broke my pinky. This weird shit that
just all kinds of little nagging things, yeah.
Yeah, little weird shit that's like, dude, I had turf toe 4 years ago. Now that same toe, I gotta get it, I gotta get it shaved and shit like that. Everything seems bothering me, So it's like you never know, man. So he won the Masters, man. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to Tiger. That's awesome, man. And he's like my age, man. He's like just a year older or something like that. So.
That's weird. We grew up with this guy. Man.
Oh my God, man.
So yeah. So it's weird.
Yeah. He's got so many his fans. It's like, dude, it's crazy.
It's like Kobe, dude. I mean, when he first came into the league, now they retired. You know?
Oh man, I know.
How old am I? Nigga, god damn, you know.
Oh, I know, man. It's crazy seeing when we see this.
A full career.
Full career.
Fucking game. I mean, it's like fighters. I be like, man, I'm seeing a guy commenting. I remember your first fucking fight, dude. Freddie Roach. I remember him fighting.
Right.
Who knew he'd be this legendary trainer and shit now? But I remember when he was fighting, dude, he was like the bum of the week, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he was a crappy fighter. But
right.
He was like, Freddie Roach, you give a fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Who give a fuck? He's either going to knock out or get knocked out. He's probably going to go in there and get beat up, you know?
Yeah.
About Freddie Roach, you know? It's weird. Now look at him. He's like the voice of boxing. You know, he's like, dude, I mean, it's more like Garcia now. I forgot his name. Robert Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
He was the voice of boxing because he was this train-out champion. Now most of these guys have been losing. So it's like, you can't say too much now, dude. We don't want to hear nothing from you. You're the winner again. Mm-hmm. Your brother just lost. Your brother got beat the fuck up, so I don't know. We'll see. We will see, man. The state of boxing is terrible now for me. You know, if you're a fight fan, if you're a fight fan nowadays, you're crying because the big guys they're not fighting. Everybody's and I hate that you see guys all on stage with a belt. And what belt is that? What belt is this? What belt is this? Everybody's carrying a belt, but I haven't seen nobody fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they gotta get to the point where these guys are fighting each other. You know, that's all I want to see.
Yeah.
You know, the big names. I want Crawford and Spence to fight. I'm tired of you guys talking about it. Let's fight. Let's do it now. Spence, you got to get through Khan. Now, let's say Khan with his glass jaw walks all over fucking Crawford. I mean, he knocks his ass out the ropes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What that happens? And what happens is it's a complete shake in that weight division. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, the whole world has got to stop now because the champion got beat by, the guy that shouldn't beat him. He got beat by him.
Right.
There's a big shake-up now. Then Khan is going to fight somebody else, but he shouldn't be fighting.
Right.
You know, Khan shouldn't fight Spence. Spence is going to kill him, you know. But what if he just runs 3-2? What if Khan would say, fuck it, I got a super chin now. I can take a punch. Or I'm not getting the chin. I'm not going to let you hit me with my fucking chin. You know. He got hands fast enough to do it. He needs to open a lot because he's sitting there driving by his hand speed. You know. I'm going to put on this guy. And while you got your hands sit back, this guy's going to quit with a monster punch. Pow!
Right.
Next thing you know, you wake up in the locker room. What happens? You got knocked out again. What the fuck you mean, dude? Yeah, you wasn't good for like 5 minutes. You got tired and you got knocked the fuck out.
I had him. No, you didn't have me.
You did have him for a second, and then he got you. So now the fight's over. Now,
it's over.
Go home.
Go to the locker.
Go relax. But yeah, so we had a good weekend of sports. So okay.
Yeah, man. And tomorrow it's already back to the NBA action. So
what, Monday? They have a game Monday?
2 games, yeah. Tomorrow it's hold on. I think it's Portland tomorrow night. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, the Nets and Sixers, Clippers, Warriors.
Wow.
5 p.m. and then 7:30.
Yeah, I missed both. Well, I'll check in on them.
I know, man. That's a good Monday night right there.
Hell yeah, man. If I wish I was off work, man, that would be awesome.
I know.
And then Tuesday we got some more games, but I'll write down everything. I'll write it all down so I can keep up with it.
So, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna stop that out.
Okay.
I'm gonna just stop that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.